There you go.
Like this. That's a lot better. I am your father, Luke Skywalker. I am your father.
I was about to curse so bad. I was about to explode. I really was. I was about to explode. Okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Action. Action. Hey, everybody, stop it. Hey, everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Judge Dad Verdicts. Put my headphone on. This is going to be exciting, I'm telling you. The stories that we have for you are going to shock and amaze you. Some of the things going on in the world are things that you need to know about and hear about. Not because they're necessarily always good, but because they're always interesting. And interesting can bless your life. I'm just trying to say. Anyway, I'm Sean McMillan. Here's my co-host, Rich Morrow.
What's going on? What's going on?
McMillan and Morrow.
And associates.
Anyway, so sit back, get comfortable, enjoy the ride, and let's get into it. Rich, what's going on in the world?
We're going to Houston first today, Doc. According to Inside Hook, you know the group Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Guns N' Roses, right? It's a band.
Is that a southern accent you're doing? What is that?
No.
Okay. I thought
That sounded
like Guns N' Roses you're doing? I thought you were.
I can do that if you want, but no, I wasn't doing that. We're going to Houston now.
It was not a request.
Okay. Guns N' Roses is suing a combination gun and florist shop that's literally in business out in Houston, Texas, because they don't want to be associated with a shop that sells actual guns and roses and flowers. And so yet, now they're in litigation because of it.
And yet they named themselves
Guns N' Roses.
And now they don't want to be associated with what they named themselves.
It's literally a federal lawsuit, and the band went out of their way to file this because they felt that people would assume that they had association to the store. And, you know, the store rebuttals like, nobody thinks we're a band or that we're affiliated to you. So, you know, they're fighting this, and their lawyer really feels like they're going to win.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
A little bit. I mean, Guns N' Roses is such an iconic band.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really into rock music at all. It's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But even I know of Guns N' Roses, right?
Yeah.
It's an iconic name. It's an iconic band.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it odd that they would take exception, and unless it's copyright, you know, name infringement.
It's Texas Guns N' Roses is the name of the actual floral store.
So it's a little close to their name.
Texas Guns N' Roses. I mean, but they actually sell guns and damn roses. So I mean,
but here's my thing. If it's like copyright or name infringement, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you name yourself Guns N' Roses,
you got to expect that.
And hold on, and then you don't like guns, then what in the hell did you come up with to make you name yourself that? Why you made Guns N' Roses an iconic brand name
and don't like guns?
And allegedly, we don't know. We don't know what they like or don't like. But if the problem with the store is that it actually sells guns, then come on, y'all.
And that was really the nature, you know, of it, is that they didn't want to be associated with a retailer of weapons. And it's like, okay, but you guys are literally Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah,
I don't get that. I mean, yeah. That's like Lil Wayne not liking little people.
Not Lil Wayne not liking.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's in your name. Nobody told you to name yourself Little Dirk, Lil Wayne, Little Yachty.
Anything.
Everybody's a little. Have you noticed that in rap?
Yeah, I don't understand
Little
it either.
Shoe, Little Me,
because
Little
most
Blue.
of them started when they was little, but when they get grown,
now
they're just grown babies.
Now, Lil Baby. We got baby. We got Lil Baby.
Da baby.
Da baby.
Everybody want to be a baby.
Next, we're gonna have Lil Bunny. You got Bad Bunny, Lil Bunny.
Bad one. Yeah. There's probably a Lil Bunny out there somewhere, I would imagine already.
But this is why people should be more cognizant of what they name themselves.
Yeah.
What you call yourself, what you name yourself, it matters.
It does.
And this is even better. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
What you call yourself in one season of your life
You don't have to.
may not be what you are willing to allow yourself to be called in another season of your life.
We've seen it happen with people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When people
Absolutely.
start, going by their real government name later in life because they realize the association with, their prior titles. I've seen it happen. So, yeah. But in their case, they're so iconic. There's no change in Guns N' Roses, the band, at this point. You know what I mean?
No.
They've been touring for 30
and I'm not
years.
suggesting that they do change. I'm suggesting that they take a little more accountability and ownership
For who they are.
of what they call themselves.
Yeah. And they've been doing it so long. It's like, come on.
That's like if I had if my stage name became, Crack.
What's up with you and
I
crack?
don't know. If my stage name became Crack and Marijuana, and then I got mad, then they opened a store called Crack and Marijuana,
And you're like,
and I was like, oh my God.
Why would they do that?
Why would they? I don't believe in that. The hell I call myself Crack and Marijuana for this? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, own it.
So on the topic of Guns N' Roses, there's actually another story according to Ken 5. Axl Rose, one of the group members, he found himself in a little bit of heat because one of the things that they do in their performances is at the end of the performance, they have this ritual of throwing the microphone into, the stands for the fans to be able to, a lucky fan to be able to catch the microphone and take the microphone home. It's like really a part of the act that they've been doing for 30 years, right? Well, he's under fire because he took a bow and he launched the microphone into the crowd and literally hit a woman in the nose with it and injured her pretty badly. And she had heavy bruising on her face and all kinds of things. And they felt that everyone knew that this was a part of the end of their performance. People, they assumed, would be paying attention during this time.
If I went to the concert, I wouldn't have known that.
Me neither.
If there's something, Guns N' Roses is something Tyler would listen to.
Yeah.
So if Tyler invited me to Guns N' Roses concert,
And you were just standing there.
and at the end of the concert, I'd be like, oh, this is great. I would not expect a microphone to come hurling out of the sky and to hit my ass in the head. That would be a shock to me.
Yeah, it was in Australia, man. He threw it off.
They don't announce it. They don't say, okay, and now here comes the microphone.
They literally, sources say, he took a bow and launched. They use the word launched.
Let me ask you
He
this.
launched the microphone into
Is she suing him?
No, I don't think she's suing him.
Okay.
But he did take it, upon himself to publicly announce that he won't be doing that anymore. Axl Rose, the guy who threw it, that's part of the band. So apparently they're taking it out.
Well, his old ass should not be throwing microphones out in the crowd. He's not 22 years old anymore.
They said they've been doing it for over 30 years. That's a long time.
But that's not a reason to keep doing it.
When do you stop?
Teach
I guess
Dr.
you needed a
Shaw.
reason to stop, but now you got one.
No, you stop when you mature. You stop when you get older. You stop
Yeah.
when you realize that you're not 18.
Yeah,
And just because you've been doing something for 30 years doesn't mean that you should keep doing it.
yeah. Times change.
No, people should change. I mean, times change. People should change, Rich.
People change over time, guys.
No. People change over time, guys. No. I mean, because you have no idea how many people are still doing things just because they have done them for a long time.
Yeah, and they've gotten away with it. But you think about it, up until now, it's probably been a lot of people's favorite part of the show. Until this woman got hit on the nose.
And it's also probably been the most dangerous part of the show.
Oh, absolutely. Well, actually, you never know. Guns N' Roses concert, yeah, they're probably doing all kind of stuff during their show. Allegedly doing a bunch of stuff, probably.
See how I'm protecting you right now?
Allegedly. Can we get that on the bottom of the screen? Allegedly.
Yeah, well, there's a T.S. Madison holds up a sign. It just says allegedly.
Allegedly. Have somebody walk on camera.
Allegedly.
Just walk across the stage. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
Life will make you change, man.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, it'll make you change.
Whew, okay. This next story, military background. According to DC News Now, in Virginia, a nuclear engineer wife tried to sell Navy secrets and peanut butter sandwiches.
I saw this story.
You did?
I saw this story.
What'd you hear about this?
That, well, what you just said, that they got caught trying to sell Navy secrets.
Yeah, through peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that wild? What made you think they picked peanut butter? What makes you think they picked peanut butter sandwiches?
Watching too many movies.
Yeah, it had to be from a movie.
Too many movies.
Yeah.
They'll never look at the peanut butter sandwich. I mean, and so they got caught. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else?
Investigators allegedly say that they were arrested. They arrested the husband after he put an SD card at a prearranged dead drop in West Virginia somewhere. And at the time, he was a part of the Navy nuclear some program, and he had access to all this data that was super restricted, and it had to do with design and use of atomic weapons and serious stuff. Like, this is real serious stuff, and he was going to be selling them through these peanut butter sandwiches that he was going to try to market, apparently in probably the dark web, I would imagine. But he was doing a dead drop with someone, and they were communicating with people on private lines. They were really going the whole 9 yards to try to make this happen. And FBI agents really, were onto them the whole time. And it could have ended up in the wrong hands and had our whole country at risk, honestly, from messages being passed through peanut butter sandwiches. Ain't that something?
Yeah. I had a couple of things to say about this.
Yeah.
The first one is the irony of this story is that up until that moment, those two people were believed to be patriots.
Yeah.
Right? Up until the moment that they got caught, they were believed to be patriots who loved America. Because you can feign love.
Yeah.
You can fake it, right? Patriotism is easy to fake.
Yeah.
Get a flag.
It's just like faking being nice,
That's right.
Yeah.
It's easy to do. Genuine love of something requires a commitment to it that inspires you to be loyal when it's difficult to do so. And that has nothing to do with that cheap, patriotic, I love America kind of stuff. It's, if you really love it, then it's about learning to be critical of it when you need to be, but also learning how to be loyal to the ideals of the country. Yeah. Because the American experience is fraught with all kinds of problems. Deep problems.
For sure.
But the ideals
of it
are still noble.
Yeah.
Right? In spite of whoever they came from.
For real.
The ideals are noble. And my point is, up until the moment they got caught, most Americans would have considered them to be patriotic.
And it says that the wife helped her husband communicate this restricted data to a foreign nation while she served as lookout for 3 different dead drops. So,
yeah. Here's what I know for sure. You ready? Talking about fake. Here's what I know for sure. And this is not gonna directly correlate to the story and the actual people in it, but the idea of faking and not being genuine. A woman can fake an orgasm.
Okay.
But a man can fake a whole relationship.
You don't think women can too?
I'm not saying they can't.
Okay.
I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying the idea of being inauthentic and faking and not being real is ingrained not just in our political, and in this case, our military life, but it's also in our interpersonal lives where people are just not being real, not being honest, doing things to sort of get away, to see how much they can get away with. And in the analogy that I just gave you is that people come together and everybody's lying, everybody's faking.
Yeah.
Right? Men, we're using emotion to get sex, and women are using sex to get emotion. And then you wonder why it's not working out. It's because everybody's lying.
Yeah.
Nobody's honest about what it is they're really trying to get and what they really want. So bring it back to the story. These two folks are in the military, supposed to be defending the country, and they're giving the country's secrets away and making the country more vulnerable.
Yeah. 100%. And
how about we all stop faking?
Yeah.
Put the camera on me. If you're not having an orgasm, don't fake it. And if you don't love whoever you're with, don't fake that either, all right? Have the kahunas to walk in there and say, I don't love you. Or have the kahunas to walk in there and say, I haven't had an orgasm with you since we've been together.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work on this.
Yeah.
I mean, tell the truth, man.
Yeah.
I just think it's better that way.
Yeah.
If you don't love it, you don't love it. Let me tell you something. I'd much rather you break my heart than lie to me.
Then tell me a lie.
Then let me think
that else.
No. Please lie to me. I mean, please tell me the truth. Please.
Yeah.
But I mean to say is, please break my heart.
Yeah.
I will heal from that.
Yeah. The lie is something that'll stick with you.
Oh, my God.
Not trusting other people for the rest of your life.
Imagine waking up 2 years, 3 years later, and the person says, you know what, I never liked you.
It's like, whoa.
You're like, whoa.
That's going to cut way deep.
Yeah, I never liked your ass.
It's like,
every night I slept here, I was cringing.
Because then there's that feeling of feeling like, damn, how didn't I know that?
Yeah. I've been
now you're questioning yourself.
How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not? I'm saying, I'm raising my hand. Break my heart right away.
Yeah.
Just walk in and just tell me it's over.
Yeah.
I will cry.
Yeah.
And then I'll get up off the floor and find somebody else.
Keep it pushing.
Yeah, listen. I don't know how any of that relates to the story you just gave me.
I don't remember how we got there either, but it's
I
cool.
don't give a damn.
Yeah, moral of the story is what?
Tell the truth.
Know what's in your peanut butter.
That is not the moral of the story.
Who you think wrote that?
Don't point at me. He wrote that? You wrote the moral of the story is don't, what say it again?
Know what's in your peanut butter.
That seems like something you would write. Know what's in your peanut butter.
Got a good point though too.
That's not a good point. There's no good point in that. Know what's in your peanut butter. That is no.
Here's some better uses for peanut butter. How about this one?
This is a real peanut butter story?
It's a real peanut butter story.
That's why you're looking away. That's why you're looking away.
According to AP News, in New Mexico State is dropping parking citations at the university and allowing students to pay for their citations with peanut butter.
Why?
Because the food will go to the food pantry on the campus community, center that they have. And
that's a good story.
Yeah,
that's good.
And all the peanut butter will go towards it.
No, don't take credit. Don't take credit. It's one peanut butter story is one too many. And you got two in here, so don't do that. But this is a good story because I do believe in finding, judge, right? Mm-hmm. I do believe in finding alternative ways
for justice like that
to implement justice and teach people a lesson, which doesn't require people going to jail, people getting points on their license, people getting warrants out for their arrest because of tickets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that more judges and more people in the criminal justice system should try to be creative.
Yeah, and exercise these kinds of...
And if you can do good by making people learn a good lesson, I like this.
And helping other people, at the same time.
I like it.
Yeah, it says they'll accept at least 80 ounces, which is about 5 to 6 small jars of peanut butter, which
I like it.
I mean, if you're going to be paying a fine for a ticket anyway, I mean, why not? Why not?
And one of us on this stage has a little history.
What, with peanut butter? Oh, tickets. Oh, yeah, no, with me with tickets, I'm the worst with tickets. Don't even get me started on that.
No, don't get me started.
Yeah, living in Los Angeles and having to deal with tickets is like one of the worst things you can deal with in the world. I kid you not. Anybody from California and Los Angeles, I'm sure.
It's like they chase him.
Yeah.
Not the cops, the tickets.
The tickets do.
This boy will get a ticket in the middle of a parking lot sitting still.
It's because they'll ticket you for anything. They damn near taxing us for air these days. I feel like there's a service fee every time I walk out of the house now.
Now you done tried to rope everybody into your.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, don't do that.
Look.
because I have never gotten a ticket a day in my life.
Because you're like overly cautious, and you got like, I'm not gonna get started in the strategic practices that you indulge in to be able to avoid some tickets, but for the sake of
What is he talking about?
I'm not gonna expose your tactics, but you got ways to get around tickets that I don't have.
Oh, I do. You're right.
I know you do.
I do. Woo.
Saves a lot of time and energy.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I need the plugs. You got the plug. You don't let them fool you. You be trying to act like you know all of this.
What just happened?
Nothing. All right. So we're gonna go to Texas, okay?
What language was that?
According to USA Today, after the SATs fly out of a UPS truck after exams, Texas high school seniors may have to retake their SATs because it flew out of the back of a UPS truck. And
SATs are so prosaic.
Yeah.
Rather.
You think I used to hate taking those. You had to go on like a Saturday in some random room with some kids you ain't never been around and sit there for
They need to
4 or
stop
5
with the
hours.
SATs.
Yeah. I don't think it really is a. What do you think? It really gauges how intelligent
It gauges nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And let me
either.
just say, I did really well on the SATs.
Yeah, I imagine
Extremely
you did.
well.
Yeah.
If I told you what I got, you would hate me. Because
What's a perfect score? 1600, was that it?
Yes.
1600, okay.
Yes.
Did you get a 1600?
Close.
Very close, okay.
Very close.
Okay.
But I don't advocate for the test
Mm-hmm.
because I think the test is indicative of nothing.
Yeah, because you could just study for that and not have really.
In some cases, you're intelligent. In other cases, you're just good at taking tests.
Exactly.
Or you have a good
this
memory.
test.
Right, you're good at taking this test. I think college admission should be more so about a student's future potential
Mm-hmm.
and their ability to communicate what that potential is. If I controlled admissions for a college, I would have no standardized testing.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at your grades, but for me, grades is an indication of past performance.
Yeah.
It told me what you've done in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
not
not.
what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I need to know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
and past is not always prologue. Right.
Sure.
So what I would do is I would make students. I would have a greater emphasis on the essay.
Mm-hmm.
Like your
And
ability to
seeing,
write a
yeah.
good essay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would determine whether or not you're going to get into my college, my school.
Because it puts them in a position to have to make sense. To have to,
Make sense.
you can't just use the options that are there and see the.
Oh, and here's
answer
what
in
I would
front
do.
of you. Mm.
You'd have to write the essay in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't just do it.
Oh no, you can't send the essay that
Yeah.
your uncle helped
You
you
can have
with.
anybody help you
Yeah,
with that.
that's your cousin who has a PhD in literature helped you write. No, you come to the school. We give you, instead of going to the school to take the SATs,
Mm-hmm.
the high school, write the essay in the room.
So this is what they did. They said that they, the students that lost their test, they could take the ACT, of course. They were still pretty upset. But what do you do with the essays that you were, hypothetically speaking about? What if they were lost by a UPS truck? Then what?
Well, you got to take them again. Look, this is
You gotta
life.
write another essay.
Listen. This
Yeah.
is life. It ain't fair.
You're right. You're right about
Okay,
that.
if this is the worst damn thing that ever happened to you, you lived a
You're gonna
good
be
life.
all right.
Yeah, I mean, come on, get over yourself. I can't stand your little young generation. Y'all get on my nerves sometimes. If this is the worst thing that ever happens to you, just take it again. You're not gonna die.
Yeah.
You're not gonna die.
Yeah. No. I
All right,
agree.
take
It's
it
not that
again.
serious.
If you did it once, you can do it again.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Now, if you didn't do it once, you probably can't do it again.
And those are the people that's gonna be getting exposed.
Those are the people that are upset. Yeah, I mean, stuff happens. And not like the driver of the truck threw them out,
Mm-hmm.
right? They flew out. An accident happened.
Yeah.
I mean, God, listen, like I said, if this is the worst thing that ever happens to these kids,
Yeah.
they're going to live amazing lives.
I agree.
Yeah.
You're very blessed if these are the biggest of your
Yeah.
concerns.
I don't think the University of Chicago does SATs anymore. I don't know if Harvard does them.
Really? I would
don't
be
know.
surprised.
I feel like I should know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I,
Give me
thi-
something to look into.
I think USHI has done away with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if more schools are going to start doing that then, because I've always thought, even back then, like I wasn't, a horrible test taker, but I also just did not like taking super duper long tests like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's
By the
crazy.
time you got past a certain point, and I didn't even care. I just wanted to finish it. I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Just
Yeah.
get me out of this room, please.
Yeah. No, it's And back in my day,
Yeah.
it was a pencil, and you had to fill in the bubble.
Oh yeah. I remember the bubbles. Yeah, we had to do that.
Yeah, so it was bad.
Man, so many questions.
It was bad.
And then you got to see like your whole Scantron with 400 blank spaces that you knew you were going to be sitting there doing all day. It was like, man.
Yeah.
I hated everything about that. I'm not going to lie.
What are you giggling about?
I'm laughing at Tyler.
What is Tyler doing?
Man, he told me to tell you that back in your day, there was a rock and a chisel probably.
Tyler, don't get slapped, okay? Don't get slapped.
Look, I wasn't going to take credit for it. I just said it myself. So I had to throw him under the bus.
Don't do that.
Shout out to Tyler, guys. Shout out to Tyler.
No shout out to Tyler. You better behave yourself sitting over there.
We're going to go into this last article, man.
This is the last one?
Yeah, we're on the last one, man.
I mean, did we squeeze all the juice out of that SAT thing?
I think we kind of did, just because, I mean, there's only so much more we could really elaborate on there. I mean, the UPS driver clearly didn't intentionally do this. It was an accident. You got tests flying all over I-75 or wherever it happened. They're trying to recover him. I mean, it's a sad situation in a little bit of ways, but honestly, it's not the end of the world, like you said. They can always take another chance. But if they had students that were really reliant on those SAT scores and say they wanted to go to a Harvard or University of Chicago or some Ivy League school and they have to take the SAT as opposed to the ACT, then that could be some problems for some people.
Well, and in which case, the company that sort of gives out these tests should own it and give the kids a high score.
I don't think they're just going to do that, though.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, you better than most, though.
And you think that's a good idea? You lost my test. I'm not saying give them a 1600, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, but give them
a decent score.
You start out
at 13 or
1200. You start out at 1200.
Yeah.
And then, if you take it again, you can improve that score or not.
Yeah, and if you don't pass that score, then you
stay at 1200. We lost your test. The least we could do is
help you out.
Is help you out.
Yeah.
Not make it harder for you to go to college.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. We shouldn't be stopping no kids from going to college if they really want to anyway.
Nowadays, these kids don't want to go to college. They think college is a waste of money.
Yeah, because one, it's been publicized too of how, so many people get away with being able to live out their dreams without having to use their diploma and degrees.
These
and things
people
like
ain't
that.
living out their dreams.
That's what they're publicizing. And that's all I'm saying is that, you got the few people that actually are living out their dreams that didn't have to, making it seem like that's the majority of,
yeah. I mean, it's a small, we're totally off base, Tyler. So you just bear with us. But it's a small population of influencers who are making real money from just showing just doing them, smiling on Instagram.
Yeah.
Most people are struggling.
Doing something else.
They are struggling. And they should have taken their ass to college. Yeah. Okay? And let me say this too. You don't go to college to get a job because you don't need college to get a job. Yeah. You go to college to develop your mind, your character, to learn how to learn, to ask critical questions, and to have resources that are going to help you in tough and tight situations.
Yeah.
That's why you go to college.
I agree.
So if you go to college to get a job, you wasted your money. You the dummy, not the college.
Yeah, because most jobs ain't gonna be paying for what you paying for to go to college.
No, no.
We all know that one.
Yeah. That's not what college is not there for. It's not an entree to employment. It's an entree to personal legend.
Yeah, personal development.
Personal greatness. And if you're not going to answer questions that relate to your life,
then you're wasting your own time.
And you had bad guidance. Somebody should have told you what I just told you for free.
Yeah, before you even went.
Yeah. You should have asked Judge Dad. I'd have told you all this for free.
That's why we got the show out here, man. You educating the youth, you educating the adults, you helping this whole bad parenting pandemic we got going on out here.
My sons, had the whole, are we going to go to college thing?
Yeah.
And I said to them, you plan on living, right?
Yeah, that sounds like the same question my mom,
Yeah, like where would you like us to bury you? Because there are only two options in this house.
Yeah, my mom told me you either going to college or you going to college. And I was like...
See, That's why we love Mother Morrow. That's why we love you. Your mom is a sweetie pie too.
I had two options: go to college or go to college. I was like, I'll take the second one.
My options were go to college or die,
or get buried in the backyard.
Or where should we bury the pieces of your body? No, you have to go. You have to go from being a boy to being a man. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that up under me.
Yeah.
You got to go somewhere and make mistakes and learn accountability and responsibility.
Live on your own.
Read some Shakespeare, read some James Baldwin, some Toni Morrison, some Paul Ricoeur. You ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
I need you to get some ideas.
Yeah, no, really.
Read some Malcolm.
You start to find out your pattern and what works for you as a person and how to survive. And you learn from other people, honestly, being in college and how they do it. And it's like, oh, I get to see this is how people from so-and-so have done this. Oh, this may work for me as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the problem solving of life.
Now you want to hear great? I'm almost done. You just Tyler over there acting like, hurry up.
We on the last article.
It's called Judge Dad, not Judge Tyler. but
I wonder what the audience thinks of Tyler, by the way.
But this is a great story. Mm-hmm. So my sons wanted to go to these schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have I told you the story?
I'm not sure.
So they brought home applications from Howard and University of Illinois and blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay. They had them all filled out. I mean,
they were ready. They were serious.
Yeah, well, after I threatened their lives.
Okay.
Yeah, so they was like, so I said, well, put the applications in, and we had a chase in the middle of the room and a little silver thing. I said, put them in there. They put them in there. Mm-hmm. I said, well, put them in the bowl. They put them in the bowl.
Yeah.
I took a lighter.
No.
Set the applications on fire.
No, you didn't. You actually did this.
They were like, we see why nobody's with you. You're crazy. You are actually crazy. And you know what I said to them? My money's going to Morehouse.
You
follow my money. It's only one school you go to, junior and other junior. You're going to Morehouse. My money's going to Morehouse.
I did not know that story.
And you might want to follow my money. And guess where they graduated from?
I bet you they graduated from
Morehouse College.
Were they happy about that?
They thanked me. They just thanked me like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because it gave them entree into a world.
That they didn't know.
An elite world that they didn't know existed.
Yeah. And now they're a part of that.
But I knew it existed.
Yeah.
And so I had to be a parent and say, wait a minute now.
The water. Yeah.
Love Howard, love this school, love that school, but that's not where you're going.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you knew them. You knew it would have been.
And I knew they needed leadership more than they needed grades.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I had raised them and I was a leader,
yeah,
there's some things you can't hear from your parent.
No, for real. So,
anyway, let's do the last one.
You ready for this last one?
Tyler's ready.
Tyler's ready. You guys ready out there? Yeah, y'all are ready. I know y'all are ready. So, last one, we're going back to Florida.
Oh, God.
According to Local 10 News. You're going to love the headline of this, by the way. This is right up your alley.
Is it really?
Students no longer fear getting ass cheeks torn off, and they need a new discipline policy in the school districts down in Florida. So there's been all kinds of board meetings and things, at the school districts, and a local sheriff was saying that the new disciplinary policy was necessary for, students in the school district because they just don't fear having any consequences, and they act out and they do all of these things because they know they're not going to get in trouble. Whereas back in the day, possibly your day, I'm not trying to take a jab or anything, but back in some days, older than now, children actually used to fear, getting reprimanded by their teachers. Now, they'll pull out the phone and they'll make the teacher go viral, for trying to call them out on something when they're probably in the right for doing so. So, it's been a whole thing of now trying to restructure this disciplinary system within schools now so that students are behaving better, teachers aren't leaving the schools and not wanting to go to work because of how bad the kids are, and et cetera, et cetera. So, there was literally word for word quoted that, they're not fearful of being suspended. They're not going to be expelled, or like the old days, they're not going to have the cheeks of their ass torn off for not doing right in class.
Cheeks of their ass torn off.
Yeah, that sounds aggressive. It sounds a little aggressive.
What is What is that?
Cheeks of their ass torn off. That's a real whooping. I don't think my mama has ever even whooped me like that.
That's abuse.
Well, they did say they used to have paddles back in the day, didn't they? People used to get paddles.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. I thought it was closer to your time than mine.
I thought about slapping you with that iPad just for a moment. I thought if I slap him with the iPad, he's a little bigger than me. I might have to run, but at least I would have gotten one in.
I got him.
At least I get one in, and then I can head down the street. Why are you taking your headphones off? We're not done.
I had an itch, man. Can I scratch my head?
Out of control.
I'm sorry.
So no, nobody was beating anybody with paddles in my day.
Oh, okay.
I've never even seen that.
Okay. No teachers had paddles.
No teachers had paddles.
Okay.
No teachers had paddles. Yes.
How long ago did they do that?
How long ago did they do that?
How long ago?
I don't know how long ago they beat kids. That wasn't in my, that's why you hit yourself in the nose with the microphone. That was called karma, people.
Yeah.
He headbutted himself with the microphone.
Does anybody have that answer in the comments for us of how long ago teachers? Because was that a Southern thing or something? Maybe they just didn't do it in New York.
Why are you asking me? Ask them.
I'm not serious.
Ask the audience. I don't know.
But seriously though, what do y'all think? Do you think this was like a 50s, 40s thing, 60s thing, 70s thing? I know teachers used to carry. They wouldn't be in movies if it didn't happen. I think it's a 40s, 50s, 60s.
Okay,
40s, 50s,
I think it stopped in the 70s.
I want to know you guys' guesses in the comments. When do you think that the paddling students era ended in America? Because they're probably doing it in Russia or somewhere.
And let me just apologize to the audience for the questions that we're posing.
Hey, they're enjoying this.
They are not enjoying this.
Don't assume they're not.
So, the story.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to figure out how to discipline children.
Yep.
Maybe they should figure out first how to educate children better.
To make them more interested in school as opposed to feeling like they got to act out because they're bored and, this, that, or what?
Well, I'm just saying of all the things to consider first,
mm-hmm.
a first class, America's the only place in the world, listen to this,
mm-hmm.
where you can have first class prisons, second class schools,
mm-hmm.
and drink third world water.
Mm.
The only place in the world where you can do that.
Yeah.
First class prison, we got the best prisons in the world.
Yeah.
$1 million prisons, second class schools, third world water. My point is this.
Mm-hmm.
Point of education can't happen in chaos. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the point of a school is not to discover new ways to discipline children.
Yeah, it's not a prison.
The point of a school is to find new ways to engage the imagination of children and to make learning important, because we teach, and
mm-hmm.
I've been a university professor,
mm-hmm.
so we teach from the self-interest of the teacher
mm-hmm.
or the institution, not from the self-interest of the student.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can't even get into parenting, because that's really what discipline begins at home.
Of course.
It doesn't begin. You knew when you were growing up, if you acted a fool in your school,
what was going to happen?
What your mama was going to do.
It wasn't about my teacher. It wasn't about the principal.
I knew growing up, the one thing I did not want, the devil could come.
Yeah, but if mama showed up.
A hurricane could happen in the gym. Earthquake could rise up and swallow up the entire 11th grade class.
Mm-hmm.
But if Annie Sue comes up to this school, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And I made it my business to never give her a reason to come up to that school and act a fool.
Yeah.
Because her thing was, if you want to act a fool, I'm better at it than you are.
That sounds like something my mama would say.
I'm a better fool than you are.
Oh, yeah. My mama proved me on that. She came to school with me one day in 8th grade.
Tell us all about it.
She followed me around. She caught the bus with me.
Jeez.
She rode the bus, sat in every class, told my teachers ahead of time that she was doing it, because she said, if I get one more call or one more email, or if I hear one more thing about you not, because I was kind of a class clown a little bit. I was, social. You know me now. I'm silly. I'm laughing all the time. And I guess I didn't think she was as serious as she was, but I kid you not, she followed me to every single class. Everybody saying hi to her. She had her book bag on just like one of the students. And she sat in every class with me and made sure that, I was, because she knew it wasn't about that day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was the fact that I will come up to this damn school if you think I'm playing and embarrass you in front of all your friends since you think you star athlete and this and that and the third, and show you that I'm better at acting a fool than you. And that's exactly what she did. And I'm talking about she did it all day. And everybody, I mean, people out there, anybody watching this that grew up to me that went to Orange when that happened, I know y'all remember that because it's the only parent I've ever seen in the history of anything that actually went through with it. You hear them threaten kids with that, but my mom really did it, man. And she rode the bus the whole 9 yards. And I will never forget that because I never wanted that to happen again.
That's where it begins. It begins at home.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that we've gotten to the place where we have to figure out what, and it's also on the kids too, where we have to figure out what punishments best apply.
Yeah. Because teachers are leaving the schools because they're so bad.
Yeah.
And that's never okay because they don't deserve to go through that either. You know, they're just going to work trying to help kids and educate them and do right on their part. And some of these kids are making it extremely difficult for them to even want to go to work anymore.
Yeah.
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 It's tough.
That ended kind of.
Yeah, I know. But
that was a little serious for
us.
But
it's education, and I think that's important. I think that's something everybody out there, understands the value of is being educated on certain topics. And, the form of education in America, I think we all can agree needs a little bit of work.
And watching the documentary does not make you educated.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just saying. People think
that's today's YouTube University.
I did my research
on YouTube University.
Damn research.
Yeah, you watched that documentary that Netflix just released 2 days ago.
It probably wasn't even Netflix. It's some dark web group that wanted to skew your mind, right?
There's a lot of them out there, but I think people definitely just need to be educated and value, the different methods that are actually educating us more instead of the ones that people are just throwing out there for likes and clickbait.
Yeah. Listen, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. We'll be back. We got more for you soon, okay? Don't go anywhere. Well, you can leave now because we're leaving. But make sure you come back, right?
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
Anyway, see you next time.
You're so silly.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. We always appreciate you taking the time to be with us. If you like what you see, and I know you do, make sure you subscribe right here. Like it, share it, become a part of the movement, because this is a movement of joy, good feeling. McMillan and Morrow. Judge Dad, verdicts. Saying too much right now. What am I saying?